Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And as you can see, today's login bonus is day 6. Well, 6 days until the quote-unquote start of the 3.5 anniversary, blah, 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 blah. Cool. However, we're doing our video series where with every login screen countdown, we're going to use the characters that are shown. And today, it's Chloe and Alice. So we're gonna have to find a few teams that we can use Chloe and Alice on together. That could be a bit funny. So let's get to some team building. Well, they just come out on one meta together and never again. But we'll build that, and we'll jump into this. All right. So long time ago, back in the Dark Ages, we got the Water 1.0 meta, February 27th of 2022, and we got a summonable Chloe and Alice. And that is the last time we got a summonable Chloe and Alice, because now they've been free-to-play characters or just haven't been around at all. So we're going to use a version of that team. So we're going to go into the Chamber of Memories where they want us to use that specific team, and only 5-star characters. No EX is allowed. So Chloe Protector, if she actually got a skill fusion, she actually would be pretty good if they ever decide to give Protector skill fusions. 40% ult damage for 3 turns, changes all oranges to greens, and then increases your skill cap by 40. Like, this was only 3 or 4 months into the game being alive, and doing 3 different things like this, especially a multi-turn ult buff, full convert of an orb color, and raising your cap, that's pretty impactful. Now, we are running the skill-fused Water Belzard and Water Raphael. Generally not characters that you would ever think about, but just be aware they are skill fused. They are built for a water and pierce focused team, so it works out. Turn 1, we have a blue convert, which is why we brought Isis, and since oranges are going to just be fully covered, we don't need to bring an orange converter. We could just bring Isis and then Alice herself as an orb change, and then we have the green buff from Isis, which means that we'll probably never really worry about protection gauge. So let's bring you in, let's take Velzard out for the hero, and we'll send these orbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our attack stats are horrendous. They're hilariously low because these are only EX characters. Even with decent gear, awakened gear, they're not even up to 10k sometimes. So here, okay, yeah, we got 2 Alice orbs, not bad. Let's go ahead and rewind just for funsies. We'll use the green buff, and then we have an orange orb and a blue orb. Well, let's use Alice to convert that blue, and then we'll use Chloe to then change that orange orb. And you know what, we'll watch this, because I don't remember the last time we saw this animation. So, I think they tried to experiment and be like, how profitable could we make the kids from the academy? And I think they found that answer out real fast, because it didn't do very well, and that's why we have never once again seen a summonable version of Alice or Chloe. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I would not consider them hugely, what's the word, popular characters? I know, there are other things going on that could be interpreted differently, but for the most part, the general public doesn't want to summon for Chloe and Alice. So I think we're going to be okay. Also, since we have no EX ults in this team, minus the hero, who is not the primary nuking character that we want to do here, we don't need to worry about that much. I just wanted to get the rewind in for fun. And now, we have been continually raising our skill cap, which means that now we're up to 230 points total, right? Yeah, 230. And then, oh yeah, well that could be a problem. Look at all those blue orbs. But we have so many points, so we don't really need to worry about that. So Raphael, defense down, water allies pierce power by 50. Velzard, 35% attack and then pierce resistance down. And Alice herself gives pierce and water resistance down. So I probably should have just brought these two in and we could have triple nuked with 3 water enemies, or 3 allies, but Whatever. It is what it is. Let's take Isis out for Velzard. And then we'll apply the crit buff now. And then we'll bring Raphael and we'll use his buffs. And then we'll be pretty good. I mean, there's nothing we can do about this hand. That is just a lot of blue orbs right there. We'll use the Frostbite to enhance the debuffs that we're putting on. This was the first time Frostbite was a thing. And we are kind of in that same meta now, where we are debuff-centric, with debuffs being the main focus and then getting enhanced by Frostbite. But now it's enhanced by Shuna's Dread mechanic. So, 39% crit resistance down instead of 30. 39% water resistance down. 45.5 pierce down and 65 defense down. While we have Pierce and Pierce Power and the 40% alt buff from Chloe. So let's just, let's see how much damage we do here with a bunch of nerfed blues. Alice, they have matching alts, which is cute. But I'm gonna have to think real hard about what team we're gonna run. Oh, no, you know what? I'm not gonna have to think very hard at all. That's right. 129k right there. Not what I would call back-breaking damage by any means. Velzard is meant to be the nuking character here, though. This was the meta. It was Chloe, it was Alice, and then it was Velzard and Raphael. Like, they all came out together in the same month. So it makes sense that we're running them all together. Alice was supposed to be the enabler for Velzard to do big-time damage, not the other way around. And because we didn't actually send any green orbs there, we didn't actually make any points back. So let's just use Chloe and convert those 2 oranges. And we're kind of going to be stuck here for a while until we can make back those points again. Because that did a lot less damage than I thought it was going to do. He has defense and crit. Is that crit resistance? Is that why I did so little damage? Or is that guard? That's guard. Okay. Magic attack and defense by 50. Yeah, alright, let's just send these blues and get them out of here. Maybe next turn we can just get greens and oranges. We can work with that. We can work with that. So let's take Raphael out. We'll bring in Isis. We'll use the orb change. Cheaper orb change, yep. And then we'll use Chloe to convert that 1 orange left over. We'll send this. This is an entire hand of Alice. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to get Velzard out so we can nuke with her, or focus on getting her ult next turn. Or as best we can. Yeah, I don't care about you. 1, 2, 3, okay. Cheeky counters. I know exactly what team we can run them. Okay, can you not? Can you not? Oh my god. What a great team, am I right? Maybe we used the rewind a bit too early. We should have focused on something else. But Alice is the point, right? Alice is the whole point of this team, of this video, because we're trying to use her together. And because this team doesn't have any resets, and it doesn't have any inherent skill point gain, it's kind of hard to run. Okay, let's do that. I don't have enough points to use the Isis buff again. Oh, we're so very sad right now. Oh no. Alright, that almost gets a Velzard ult. I think we're going to have to bank on that. The defense and everything is leaving next turn, so we can do traditional damage. I guess this was a turn 8 team. But ult swapping, changing Soul of combos to a certain color, did not exist for another year and a couple months. Alright, an attack seal. Doesn't Velzard raise her attack? How long is this? Oh, 2 more turns? Oh, well, I mean, that's a good hand. Alright, so we can finally do this. Thank God. And we have Velzard orbs. So... Turn 10? Turn 10 nuke. Everyone loves that, right? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is he... Wait a second. I guess he's got magic resistance. Why was Velzard ever the nuker? Okay, we gotta wait for this to go away. Let's build up some extra points here. The alt buff is going to remain with us for multiple turns, so we don't need to worry about doing anything right here, except sending this alt and getting these orbs so we have enough points to maybe next turn do another full power nuke, and at that point we should win. So, let's see. Okay, yep, thank you. What happens? This should be the end of the fight now. Let's bring Raphael back in. Yeah, this is taking literally forever. Okay, we're not going to have the crit buff, which should be fine for all intents and purposes. If we don't kill with this, I'm going to be actually quite upset. Quite upset. Belzard, I don't care about you. Oh my god. Thank god for Alice. Alright, Alice got the killing blow. Hooray! We've accomplished the goal. Get me out of this team. Okay. We're going to go into the Visions of Coleus / Shizu's Will Chamber of Memories, because Shizu's Will was also kind of part of the team that we could use the Fount of... sorry, not the Sparkle of Youth thing, because the kids are obviously youthful, and they're gonna get the invincibility, and we can just nerf down this stage with Reckoning and make that just nice, quick, and easy as far as Reckoning being quick and easy is concerned. But yeah, we don't get a lot of Chloe's and Alice's, so they're very limited uses. We are using Water Alice again just because she's a blue orb changer for one, but also like we're using the 4-star Chloe and the 3-star Alice. Like, if that's not just a sign of desperation, I don't know what is. Unfortunately, we're built for a blue team, so this Reckoning could take a little while to get off the ground, so to speak. So let's send, actually, let's not have a water character. Let's actually bring Alice in, because she's space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we can get some extra skill points. I should have probably been using the Yuki skill now to get extra skills. Okay, come on now. That's a lot of Hinatas. We can maybe deal with that. Let's just do that. So let's put some Reckoning on. Let's put the Healing Field on as well. We'll get some points back from these Hinata orbs. Not a lot, because they're not fully greens, but also greens are nerfed anyways. But I don't think we have that much HP to contend with either with this rain. So Reckoning should take us out pretty easily, especially if she's going to do a couple hits every turn. And now we have Masayuki to reset. That's pretty good. Yeah, well, 4.3 million is not, it's not, what's the term? Not an insignificant amount. Okay. Let's do this orb change, let's do that orb change, boom, boom. Okay. Let's use Masayuki to reset all that and give us the 100 points and the AoE heal charms, so we get more Reckoning stacks there, and then we can use the multi-skill, the HP field, the extra Reckoning stats, and then we can use another orb change for Masayuki. So we're still going to be hurting a little bit in terms of protection gauge, but at least we can get a decent amount of skill points back, even with that green nerf going on. And we'll probably kill him like turn 7 or 8 or something. That's a good hand right there. That's a very, very good hand. So we could either use Yuki again, or we could just use Alice, but it's only 5 extra points and we get Reckoning out of it, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's absorb this ult, because I just don't want to take it. And that should be all the points that we have access to right now. How long is the green nerf active? 3 more turns, so turn 8. Okay. It is what it is. That also does not get us protection gauge, because we didn't have enough to reset, and we didn't have enough to use the protection gauge buff. But hopefully next turn we get some traits active to get Masayuki. All right, counterattacks are very good, because every time she hits us, it's 2 more stacks of Reckoning. All right, and then the ult should be AoE. Cool. Does she have any follow-up? No. And we do 2.3 million damage already. So she's gonna die next turn. So there's nothing that we really, really need to do here, except laugh about it. And I think we did get Masayuki because of all the traits and the turn 2 protector gauges that we have. So yeah, I'm just going to start the outro now. There is your 6 days until the start of the 3.5 anniversary countdown. Hooray, Alice and Chloe. I don't know who they're going to use. Like, obviously I have the list of images that were in the data download, but I don't know in what order they're going to come. But we did Lumi and Hinata yesterday. We've got Alice and Chloe today, 3.39 million, and that will do it for our fun little battle showcase video. Let me know what you guys think, but that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.